Hello. Sorry for the lateness. I'm hoping everybody can hear me. I know Jim is muted.
Hey everyone.
So I was running a little late. I had a Girl Scout cookie booth to help pick up after, and then we went shopping, and trying to rush my daughter out from trying on clothes did not go as well as I had hoped. But anyways, can everybody hear us? Are we okay? I see George is in the chat. Hey George, saw you earlier. Great to see you today. Hey Oz, thanks for joining. And it looks just like that might be just the two for now. Well, we're starting off a little slow, but that's okay.
For anyone new just tuning in, I'm Jim Cox and my co-host is Amanda B. We like to look at comic book crowdfunding campaigns, say what we like about them or not, try to help give creators ideas of what appeals to at least a couple of their fans.
Appreciate it, George. 4 minutes late is early these days. All right, so I don't know if you pulled up Creator Go, or should I do that, or...
I'm bringing it up now, woman.
Hey, David, thanks for joining. Hey, Hicksfillin.
Any idea where you want to start?
I don't know. I know we did have a minor discussion a little earlier as to if we were going to skip a week or not. And I'm like, well, there's plenty of campaigns, even if there's those that aren't funded or are funded. I know a lot of these have ended, which we don't know. We don't necessarily have to do those. I think. Oh, the 2022. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know where that is.
And of course, because I just got home, my cat's all up in my business. All right. Any ideas from the chat? Anything particular? I know I personally like to do underfunded one. Kind of gets a little bit more highlight on the ones that could use a little bit more love. But we can definitely do something else. We'll probably try to aim for an hour, if not a little over an hour. Try to get a couple campaigns in. Be down at the bottom.
Yeah.
What is the most underfunded one?
How am I supposed to guess that?
If you scroll all the way down.
I'm at the bottom. Project Olympus. Would you like to start there?
Sure. Hey, Mrs. Thanks for joining. I don't know if I'm hearing an echo from you or what. I can hear myself. When I'm a little louder, I think I can.
Then don't be loud.
Thanks. Hey, Astro Zombie. I know it seems like 3 o'clock came really early, but I was doing some errands today, so I know I had a nice day yesterday though. I was like kid free, and I was like rented Ghostbusters because I haven't seen that and I've wanted to see it forever, the Afterlife one. And then I did cleaning and cooking, and it was a pretty relaxing day. All right, so this one we can definitely do that one. I don't see any reason not to. So it looks like it has a goal of 1,000. And it has made $370 with 10 backers. Happy Sunday to you, AA.
Yeah, and I'm not familiar with this one at all. Are you? Are you familiar
Ironclad Comics. Sounds familiar, but no, I don't know that I could place them in a chat or place them in a chat, or I don't know. I want to say that maybe I've heard of the other one. I don't know. He looks like he has 2 campaigns, or they have 2 campaigns. So maybe the other campaign is something I'm a little bit more familiar with, because the name sounds vaguely familiar, but not something that I could pick out particularly. I don't know if those in the chat might have some insight as to who this might be, or if they've heard them before.
Yeah, the other campaign is just the same book.
Oh, so this is maybe them trying it again. The other one didn't fund?
Yeah, it says re-release.
All right. So Astro Zombie says, so far the art has me interested, which, yeah, the art on that first page isn't so bad.
Yeah, that looks pretty good.
Were there other pictures or just that one?
Just that one, which
Aw.
may be a problem.
Hopefully, there's more pictures down below.
Yeah, let's start here.
Sure. All right. So he's greeting everybody, or they're greeting everybody. That's not necessarily a bad way to go, but so it says this is the official Indigo campaign for Project Olympus, the Crimson Order Book 1. It is a 30 page. Can't read it. Hang on, it's too far. Let me zoom in. Come on, trying to get my page to cooperate. There we are. Okay. 30 page, all in color superhero graphic novel. Okay, so it's 30 pages, all color. After a 5-year split, the Liberators, the world's greatest superhero team, is forced back together by a string of mysterious terrorist attacks. So wait, you said this was a re-release? So I wonder if this is automatically coming in after something has already happened. You know what I mean? Like it feels like this should be book 2 with a description like that, but that's not necessarily a starting in the present with something happening in the past. So join Vitruvian, Valor, Liberty, and Blue Eagle as an uncover a villainous plot. Okay, that's grammatically incorrect. That could mean the end of the world as they know it. The first issue of this action-packed superhero adventure is sure to exceed all expectations. So, okay, gives a little bit of basic background as to what's to expect. Talks about who it is. Oh, cover by Kane White. I recognize that name. So it's written by David Tim Jr., drawn and colored and lettered by Brycidius Dan, which has worked on Data Jackson. Main cover by Kane White for Death Shroud, Jesse Higie, Transformers vs. Terminator, and Brian Decay. So cover 2 by Brendan Everett, cover 3 in progress by Brycidius Sam. So out of that group, the only name that is familiar with me is the cover Kane White.
Yeah,
How about
let's
everybody
talk
else?
about it. So this is a new book. Why do they? I've never heard about it, and they have 3 variant covers, 3 different covers.
Well, you know how some people are with their variants. We do have,
Yeah, I'm just saying it's my opinion that that's not a great idea.
yeah.
Just have one cover and get the book out there. Make your second book have variant covers. That's my opinion, anyway.
All right, Hicksville says he hasn't heard of this one. 30 pages, and after shipping, it's $30. Too pricey. Thank you to Sumo and Johnny Rando, who has joined us. So that's the cover by Kane White? He was the main cover person. I'm wondering if that's it. I don't know that I can see a signature by him. But and I think that is the image that's used in the very first picture, no?
Yeah, and that makes sense.
So, wonder what the interiors look like if they're featuring a Kane White cover. Okay. There's definitely a different style with that cover.
Yeah, they're not. Should be a little heading saying which cover is which, I would think. Not everyone's going to recognize these people.
Yeah, I'm assuming it's going to be in order, but you're right. It would be nice to have them labeled as
Probably
Debush
is in order. You're right.
David Feet says, I hope it's got more interior pages than the potential covers in the campaign. Yeah, I hope so.
Already
Although,
into the
stretch goals.
I don't see any. Okay, here we go.
All right, I would think the pages probably should go up a little higher, but not too bad.
Yeah, I would put the stretch goals after some interior art.
Hey, Eric. The interior pages don't look too bad. Hey, JP. All right, what is everybody thinking of these interior pages that they're seeing? Talk about a cakewalk. This is Project Olympus, the Crimson Order. It's definitely Project Olympus. I'm not sure what the subtitle is. I think it's Crimson Order.
Yes.
Okay, looks like they're in the process of coloring because they got some black and white pages on here. And they did say it was going to be in full color.
Art looks pretty decent.
I like the action shot with the action word behind the gentleman that just landed. That was a pretty neat panel. Hey, Yaki, thanks for joining. George says, book looks okay, but can't get over that page count / price. Not what I want to see from our first installment. So it looks like they got quite a few pages done, and they're showing you quite a few pages, even if they aren't colored. Because that's what, page 10? I'm not sure how many pages we've looked at, but that's quite a few pages.
I've lost count.
You could just imagine the book right here. They're showing you half of it. Is there ever a case to have too many pages? What do people think about in the chat? Because this seems like a lot of pages to me.
If you can look at this and figure out the story, it's not a good idea. I would just show, a handful of the best pages or some good pages. Show a little congruity, but
yeah. All right. So it's talking about the company itself.
Yeah. So it's good they have interior art. I don't know. Is this too much?
Can it be too much though? That's my question. There's not words on there, so I suppose if you could look at the panels to see what's going on, you would know that, but you're not actually getting the full story. But I think I would be happy as a backer to, I don't know, 5 pages maybe, enough to get the feel of it. But that is a lot of pages. Like I'm surprised that they put that many on.
12 out of 30. So yeah.
George showing some love for 656. I backed 656 comics for the first time because of Eric's review of Escape or Die. Got the Cryptidnals, only got the base tier. Never been so impressed with a campaign ever. I don't know if somebody in the thing has a wrench, but they have a sign up for what's their next anthology? Can't remember the name of it. If somebody wants to drop a link for the next 656 project, go right ahead. So, all right, we're talking prices. So, featured is $20. Well, $20 for a 30-page. Well, wait, no. What is the standard book? What was Replicator, George? Was that 32? Can anybody tell me? Jim, do you know if that was 32?
I have no idea how many, but this 28 to 32 is pretty good for a floppy. $20 is a little steep, but at least they're not trying to get 25 plus shipping out of it. Which
So
is
Eric Guapo.
We usually expect 48 pages at $25.
Right. But I want to say the smallest floppy Replicator was a 32-page book priced at $15. So yeah, you're getting less pages and it's costing you $20. I can see where this would cause some alarm for some people. Not quite sure this is a turnoff for me yet.
Well, it's only $10 shipping to the United Kingdom. $10 shipping to Australia. I don't think they're going to be able to ship it that cheap. So
maybe they have a plan.
Maybe that's why it's $20 to
spread
out the cost.
Keep the shipping down. I know when what was it, Bancroft did that tweet about the shipping and the price of the book. I know I was more apt to pay for something that had the less shipping because I hate paying for shipping. I'm like ingrained in that. So even if it ultimately ended up being the same price, I would go for the less shipping option just because it worked that way. Now, I did highlight Eric's thing up here. Where'd it go? Where he said 5 to 7 pages he thinks is good enough, but beyond that, you risk showing too much in his opinion. We will get there soon there, Hicks villain. There's some conversation in the chat about cryptidnals. So keep up the good work there, 656. Oh, and actually I just saw that Ollie joined us down lower. Ollie, you're getting some love from the chat.
Yeah, so the $500 stretch goal is 5 extra pages of concept story art, not actual story pages.
Concept story. So that would be like, what would you consider the concept story art? Like your character?
Character development or something, story development,
Okay.
but not
Yeah.
actual part of the story, just artwork.
Okay. I'm not sure if I'm sold on that, but okay. You get a sticker with $1,000 stretch goal, and it's a logo sticker. I like logo stickers. I don't know about anybody else in the chat, but I almost want to say I like logo stickers over character stickers. But I suppose that's going to need to be from, some of the campaigns that people have had a couple campaigns out. I don't
Yeah,
know
I
that I
have
would
no
want an
idea.
ironclad sticker from. I'm not sure I haven't bought anything, and I'm not sure if I'll buy anything again. So.
Yeah, I
But
disagree. I would much rather have a character sticker, even if it's unknown to me, but
really,
because
okay.
I have no clue who Ironclad is.
Yes, that's true. Wait a second. There's another sticker, logo sticker. That must be like the logo of the book. What did the logo of the book look like? I don't know. It looks kind of. Yeah, it looks kind of plain. I don't know if that would be the sticker or not, but okay.
No
That's
idea.
not selling me. Eric says he hates stickers. Well, this probably isn't isn't the campaign for you. The first two are stickers, and then we're going on to our bookmark.
So, as often mentioned,
Go ahead.
putting the prices in here isn't usually a good idea. They're not even
As they first
funded,
started.
and they have an $80,000 stretch goal listed. I'm not sure if that's a great idea.
Wait. Okay. $20,000 threshold, the full 24-page second issue. So you get a whole complete book with a $20,000 stretch goal, and then you're gonna get a third book with an $80,000 stretch goal. I don't know about you guys, but that almost seems like it's cause for being late unless these things are already done. And I don't know. What do you think about adding whole books with stretch goals? Like
I think
the
they should concentrate on getting this book funded first before promising that stuff. And why wouldn't they have new campaigns after this one fulfills for the second and third book?
right. This was Olympus Project, was it? And then it's the Crimson Order.
I think it's quite popular, more popular to have these stretch goals be quality of the book. That's at least my opinion, and the opinion of many others, I believe.
One random
Instead of,
Project Olympus trading card. 1 in 4 chance to get your favorite hero. How do I know what my favorite hero is if I haven't read it yet? Does anybody else think that? I don't know. Alright, so yeah. This is the first series and I don't know who the heroes are. And I'm bad with names too, because I know with Arc Athena, I got the sketch tier on the second book, and I wasn't sure who I wanted him to draw, and then it would have defaulted to like one of the Arc Athena characters, and I debated. I'm like, oh, it wouldn't be bad to have an Arc. I don't remember any of the characters. I'm only one book in, but I haven't even read this, and I don't know any of the characters, so I don't know that I'm liking their stretch goals.
Yeah, there's campaigns with to make far less than $50,000 and put 4 trading cards.
They're hoping,
in
but
the
that
campaign.
does seem a little assumption.
Yeah, lofty goals. Probably not a great idea, but who am I to say?
Mo says he keeps his stickers on their backings for now. Eventually, I'll find a place for them. Yeah, I keep all my little tchotchkes in my Starlight Cat's lunchbox. David Feed says there's 4 characters, so if one gets a card, that's 1 in 4 chance to get your favorite. I guess you have a point there, David. Maybe when I get enough CG trading cards I need a binder, I could put them on a binder.
Yeah, so
Hey,
let's look at
24
the
eyes. Right there, Eric. Project Olympus, the Crimson Order. Yeah, I don't know. If we've had... Okay, so we're reviewing this campaign. We've had several people ask us what the title is, and for some reason, I'm not remembering the title. Is that a good thing or a bad thing? Like, it's not a very hard title to remember, but I don't know if it's just not catching people, or is that just a
It's
me
probably
issue?
not good for the signs of your memory, but
I guess it could be that way too. So the shipping was definitely a plus. Any other pluses? The art wasn't so bad. They're definitely not shy about showing their pages. That's not a bad thing.
looks like they have a lot of merch they want to put out. I still think it's, instead of all these fancy bundles, try to get the main book funded. Get your IP out there. Add all this extras, T-shirts and stuff, hoodies on the next campaign when people know who your character is.
Yeah. Although it looks like the tiers are made up of stuff that it's offering, because you're talking about the main cover, the 2 variant covers, the 4 trading cards. So if you buy that tier, you're guaranteed all 4 of your favorite superheroes, and then with the stretch goal, you'll get one of the other randoms. I wonder if they're the same trading cards or not. But then it looks like you're just adding on a T-shirt and a hoodie.
4
But
trading
yeah,
cards. So, like David said, it's probably each character.
right. So you're guaranteed yours if you get there. So it's not like they're adding new stuff. It's just if you want to be guaranteed it, you get it. But yeah, I can see you with the T-shirt and the hoodie. If it's not established, I don't know how I'm ready to jump on board with buying clothing. I can keep everything in my Rainbow Brute lunchbox and I get it in 2 years. I'm right there with you, Sumo. I'm waiting there 2 years for you, with you. Looks like we have a sighting of Mr. Von Stugel, which I don't see him. Oh, there. Mr. Von Stugel says it does pretty forgivable title. Is that really the key? Maybe I do. I love fish, but I don't eat it enough. And then Mo, yes, it does have a Kanan cover. That's the only name of this project that I am familiar with. And they should have made the bundle tier their featured tier. What is their featured tier?
One of the covers. But I
Just
just
one
wanted to
cover?
check the shipping. If you get this big bundle, is only $10. So it looks like it's just $10 shipping, no matter what.
It's flat. Add it all in, $10. So they're going to be losing some on the shipping.
They're definitely losing on shipping. Yeah, they need to look at that. I don't know if they realize it.
Well,
They're gonna
maybe, like you
offer
said,
the
maybe
book to
they're
all those countries. Some people from those countries will be
very
backers.
happy. Yeah, that's true. They ain't excluding anybody. That's definitely beneficial. We have a lot of campaigns these days that just aren't opening it up to international backers, which is a shame. But
Right, but
in
if
some
you
ways, I
lose
get
money
it.
on it,
Yep,
if you
I
lose
get
money
it.
on it, it's probably not a good idea. Yeah, the feature is just the main cover. So I would make the featured tier like the 3 cover bundle or something.
Yeah,
Personally,
and I think George is right, where a featured tier shouldn't necessarily be their cheapest tier, but it should be somewhere in that sweet spot of $50 to $75. Because I know a lot of campaigns, I think I spend about $50 to $75.
right?
Keep most of my tchotchkes in my Sovereign Wolf box for now.
I've
Mo
gotten like
hasn't heard from
3
these guys
boxes
either.
full of 3 boxes full of junk.
Hello, Phil with 2 L's. All right. Any other comments on this? Any other things we need to look at before we move on? I can see where it needs some work, but it's not horrible. I think what's the biggest issues are the pricing, but it doesn't completely lose everybody. The stretch goals are a little weird. It looks like they need to be a little bit reworked. Art looks decent. Nice to have a Cane and White cover.
Yeah, I haven't seen these people on streams or anything. I don't know anything about the book other than what I see on Indiegogo. That's probably not the best advertising plan, unless they're just out there and I haven't seen it.
And so yeah, we are using Creator Go. It's just easier for us to try to limit everything that's on Indiegogo because it's all here in this one place, and we know what's funded, what's not funded. But as you know, some of these campaigns might not necessarily be CG. Some of them might be. Most of them tend to be, but there are some that might not be.
I think they might have made some modifications to Cromniverse if you want to take a quick look at that again.
Do we want to revisit Cromniverse?
I don't
I
care.
know the other campaigns that we touched upon, what was it? SPQR, I know, made some changes based on our review that we did, a few weeks ago.
Didn't we look at that last week? I thought we
No,
did.
we didn't look at the changes for last week, but I know they made changes, which, definitely, it's nice when you see that because, not that we're here to pick on people, we're here kind of giving our opinion. They can take what they want. Again, that's one of the reasons why the show is opinions are like, hey, we have our opinions. You may have different opinions. You don't have to take our suggestions or opinions. But it is kind of nice when you hear feedback like, hey, thanks for reviewing my campaign. We adjusted this, we adjusted that. We really appreciate that you have reached out to do that or that you did do that.
Yes. Pops did mention they made changes to Cromniverse. Okay. It's the only one that's not funded.
Oh, really? Everything else is funded?
Or ended.
Or ended. That means there needs to be more campaigns that came out. Let's see what did come out. She came out. We can look at all the campaign tiers if we had 3 hours. We appreciate you being here, Johnny. All right, so Guapo says, yeah, let's look at Crom again. We'll see what what changes there are. Let's see. They're 8,000. They still have an 8,000 goal, though, right?
Yeah.
They're at 2,476. 31 days left, so it looks like they just started their second 30. Or looks like because it's at 31 days that they did a full 60.
Yeah, maybe. I don't remember exactly what we discussed about this one.
I don't remember so much either. George says, I love Billy, and I think I know a bit about comic books, and even I was confused by the tiers in the She campaign. I haven't backed yet. Yeah, I was looking at the tiers too, and I don't know. There's too many options, and it definitely makes me pause and not be that first day backer. Although I'm not sure that I'm backing, but maybe I will. All right, love him, know him, love him, hate him. He's Crom. Did they change the little intro out there? I think they did, because it wasn't the... Oh yeah, the most insulting campaign on IGG, which I still don't understand, but from what I've seen since then, it's an inside joke. So, and it's 13 stories from amazing existing indie IPs, finding themselves immersed into the Cromniverse or finding Crom appearing in their universe, and they must contend with the Cromnipotent One to survive. He doesn't care. I want to say they changed that. Maybe they didn't, but this almost seems a little bit more concise as to what to expect than it did say. And 24 Eyes is reminding you to smash that like button, so thank you. All right, and they're discussing She a little bit more. All right, so featuring the creative talents, it does list all the people that are there. I still only recognize half of them, but hey, that is okay. They'll have that green, like Spider-Man font that isn't quite so easy to read. But it looks like they're doing a good job of showing the covers. Wait a second. Oh, because that's a second person. Okay. So many covers. Hmm. The pages. All
Did
right.
they
So
have interior art?
I don't think they did. So there's some. Well, they might have, but I don't know if they had. They didn't have it like this.
Yeah, I don't remember seeing this interior artwork. So I
I
think that's an
remember seeing this
improvement.
is Eric's. No, I remember seeing that one because I remember
The,
recognizing it's Eric's. Yeah, because it's the dinosaur. What is his book? Dinosaur Man, Dinosaur, something with the dinosaurs.
no idea.
Mo Big says, since I was late to get here, I just wanted to point out on the Project Olympus project, I think it would have been better to just name it Project Olympus unless it's a sequel. That probably would help for me to remember its name. So yeah.
Well, if they failed the first campaign, they probably just had to change it. So could have been an easier change, but I probably agree.
Yeah. I'm assuming Johnny's talking about another swing and a miss, that he's not completely sold on this one still. Although, oh, looks like they're starting to, is the Doc Blaylock story Pariah maybe? Looks like they're starting to get titles and synopsises, which I know I heard Pops talking about on a stream. So that's good to figure out, who's writing about what.
Yeah, and I still think, unless I just didn't pay attention at all, I think there's a little more interior art than there was, but I could be wrong.
No, I think there is a little bit more interior arc. I agree with that. Mo's pointing out that the dreaded dinosaur man is Hodson's book. Oh wait, go back up for a sec. So it looks like, keep going up. It looks like they're getting the synopsis of the books even more, back where it had Doc's name. But it looks like underneath the, like once they have the synopsis for the book, they're putting some interior pages. So this is still a work in progress. You still don't know, like, for example, the Daniel Monroe book. We don't know what his interior pages look like because I think the way that they're starting to do it, they would put it right with the synopsis. Because if you look at the what we just went by, it does have some interior pages with some of the. I think it had a synopsis underneath this next page. Keep going down. Yeah, see the Ryan Niswander. It has Ryan Niswander, Crom's Day In, and then there's synopsis of the book. So it looks like they're still working on it, which is unfortunate because here you are in the last 31 days and I still don't know what to expect if I was backing this. So 24 is asking if they hit the halfway point yet. They're an $8,000 goal. They're at 2,400 and some change, or 24 something, 2,400.
30%.
So yeah, 30%. So they're not halfway funded yet, but they are at the halfway point. Johnny points out, I hope that the evolving campaign page method doesn't become popular. I agree with you. Because yeah, I don't like, unless they're expecting a bunch of people to back on the very end when everything is done. But it almost, I don't know.
I think a lot of the big guys do the same thing when they have covers that they don't know what are until, the
Right, but
creator
that's a cover, and
puts
then
up.
they put like a little stand-in image of a question mark or something. This is something totally different. In my eyes, anyways. Maybe you don't feel that way?
It's an anthology. No, they don't know yet.
Yeah. I don't, I don't like the evolving thing. You're right. We're still working on it. We're getting to it, and here it is. Is it going to be day 60 and then they expect everybody to go back to the campaign page? I know I tend to look at campaign pages in the first couple of days, and if it's not something that's striking my fancy, I don't revisit it again unless I see it brought up on streams, and then maybe the way that the creators are pushing it, or the way that the person that's doing the interview is talking about it. They might hit on something like, oh, okay, maybe I'll relook at that campaign. But I don't know. How often do you think that happens?
Probably not much.
I don't know what this is. Oh god, DLC and Comicsgate, please no. I'm assuming it's a joke, but I don't understand what DLC means. uh, is JP explaining what a DLC is? A restaurant that's open but it's waiting on chairs? Or that's just a analogy to what we're here. Like, we see that it's a restaurant, but you can't sit down to eat because there's no seats. Maybe that's what it is. Mo Big says it could be a meta thing. What if it's all one big troll from the Crom himself? Gamer thing. Okay. DLC is downloadable content. Thank you guys for explaining that to me. Astro Zombie says he's not into the main character design, does not make me want to read the book. I know with the last campaign, the last time we looked at this campaign, like, I've heard him being referenced. And actually I think the most I've heard Crom being referenced was when Pops suggested it for Fragtober. I think, yeah, Fragtober this past year. But watching the few streams of Pops that I have watched, I haven't really gotten in on the lore, gotten to see the lore. So it's almost like this campaign is really the first introduction to Crom for me. And I'm not sure that I'm sold on it yet either. I do too. Just
Yeah, there's
not
probably
every
some
kind.
improvements in the campaign, but I don't think it's still nothing that's.
Yeah, I do like the fact that they are doing the summaries of the stories and they're adding pages organized next to those summaries, but it is a shame that it's not all there yet.
Right.
And here we are halfway done.
Right.
This Cromniverse, a paid sponsor of this YouTube channel. You guys talk about this book a lot. All right. So, any last minute comments on Cromniverse? And I suppose we have time where we can move on to one more.
No, I don't really see anything worth mentioning.
Did they make changes to the trailer? I don't know that they did there, Mo.
After the show, we'll have the links in the description if you want to go check it out. Maybe you can see if the trailer's changed or not.
All right. So Eric the Guapo says he's ready for another. Next. All right. What do we want to talk about?
I don't care. You tell me.
We want chat recommendation because everything else is either funded or ended. Anybody have a currently funding campaign that we want to hit upon?
I want to go look at the Weebish book that you mentioned.
The SPQR. I know they. If we could, let's go to the stretch goals. I know that is one part. Go ahead and click on SPQR. We'll go to the stretch goals. I know that is a part that they. Because last time we commented about how it seemed like it was like leftovers from the Embrace because they were giving us like the sticky hands and other stuff. And they definitely revamped that part. So I don't know if you want to just go down to those stretch goals and then we can see if there's any other suggestions from anybody else. Just point out the Mo Biggs Tears mug. I know somebody that bought one.
I bought one.
JP says there's an IGG campaign titled I Want a New Computer. It's an interesting name for a book. I wonder if there's actually a book coming.
You say there's stretch goals somewhere in here?
It says that they did, yeah. And I can tell you that I know one of the other comments that we had on this one, we thought there was too many titles to the campaign, but I know that Ogden had reached out and basically said that the campaign for SPQR, I think, would have been solo, but he knew that the solo SPQR book wouldn't necessarily get a lot of traction in CG. So because it was a little bit more weebish than most of people's taste in CG, so he added those other books to have, get more eyes on it. All right, so right there, stretch goals. So SPQR mailer bags for Gemini. So they'll put a plastic bag around it at the $3,600 goal.
Yeah, and I think we discussed that before. I don't know that.
Yeah.
That's nothing that's going to make me back the book because.
And be excited that it met that goal. But yeah, because you rip it off, it gets thrown away.
Exactly.
So at 3,600, the Mo Biggs Tears mug. Now, while the stretch goal, you don't get it. It is on the campaign to purchase it. So it's not like every backer gets it, which this is kind of weird in my mind, but I do like the fact that you know.
Yeah, you could
It's
probably
available to
add
buy.
becomes available or something for purchase or
Right.
make it clear.
Well, it
that
might
it's
state it there
included.
somewhere. And it does have ARO with Mo's blessing. So there's the sticky hands again. So we are still getting sticky hands, but we're also getting stickers. Before it was just a sticky hands by itself. So that's kind of nice. It's not just an afterthought. And I know I think that they said that every time that they're going to offer the Embrace, they really like the sticky hands. So it's probably going to be something all the time they offer the Embrace.
I'm not sure who's liking these sticky hands. I'm not sure. I've seen posts about it or anything.
Not necessarily sticky hands, no. I know mine after a while with, living with a cat and such, they get all dusty and they don't stick anymore. But that's kind of like the same things with the frog tongues that EVS did.
You should like this one.
Because it's a magnet.
Yeah.
A man in a skirt.
But it's a magnet.
It's a magnet, yes. And then a standee. All right, I don't think those ones have changed. Now, Hicksville also said that he added some secret tiers to pre-launch signups, which that's kind of nice. And then Johnny Rando says it's a great-looking mug. Now, it's not a Mo Biggs book. I want to say, as part of the humor behind it, Ogden, between the teasing between Mo and Ogden, Ogden got permission to add an actual mug for Mo Biggs Tears because he does not like the weebery of the book. So the mug is to catch the tears, and it has some ARO and Mopig's name on it, I believe is how it works. Here it is, yeah, Mopig's. No, George, Ogden contacted me and we worked something out. The Mopig's Tears mug is because I hate Weebery, and this is a Weep book. Eric's answering George's question about when do we think Skits 2 is going to launch. That was just recently added to the campaign, George. It was based on some of our critiques from the fact that some of the items in the stretch goals didn't make sense, seemed like an afterthought. So they revamped it, and the mug was something that came from the criticism. Now they have met this goal, I know that, right? Because they were talking about that 7-page thing, and he gave a sample of something. There was an update.
Yeah, I was just going to say that most people, when the goals are met, they put in the title that this goal's met, and they haven't done that.
Oh, yeah, locked or unlocked.
Not a big
That's
deal.
true.
It makes it a little
Ogden,
easier.
get on it. But you're right, it does make it easier. Like, okay, where are we and what we've earned and what we haven't earned.
Chibi pin is, I hope those don't get shipped inside the Gemini.
Oh, you know who shipped a really good pin lately? I bet George could tell you who shipped a really good pin lately. Even though George does not like pins at all.
656 Comics?
Yes, they did a really good job with shipping their pin. Because the books were in cardboard, and at least with my package, I don't know how it arrived with everybody else's packages, but the books were wrapped in cardboard. It was in a thicker box. It wasn't a Gemini. But there was still enough space on top of the books to where the cover of the box sit that, you know, there wasn't no pressure against the pin, and I saw absolutely no indentation marks from the pin. It was perfect.
Yeah, so what do you think about a preview Ashcan being a stretch goal? Is that good or bad? I suppose some people who like Ashcans, it's probably a good thing.
I don't mind it, because honestly, okay, so if it reaches 10,000, like, I can tell you 2 preview ash cans that I paid $20 for. You have the Reaper Destroyer that did their little slide up into my DMs, and I'll give you a preview ash can for $20. And then you also have Type 1, you know, slide up into my DMs, I'll give you a 20-page ash can for $20. So I've paid $20 for preview ash cans. So why wouldn't it be a bad thing if I'm getting it for free?
I don't know. I guess those of you that like ash cans probably like it.
Eric says he likes ash cans. George
There's
says I
nothing
love
wrong with
ash cans.
throwing extra stuff in at certain points and not advertising it. Why not make it a little surprise for everyone if you get to hear it?
Right. Eric Squaffa says, I like when ash cans are real ash cans, or at least ash can size. And I did see General Piggy joined. I'm like, who else joined us? GP. NK. And I know I said hi to Oliver earlier, but he's appreciating hearing the love about his campaign. Except for people who don't like pins. There was someone else that was Travelist doesn't like pins, and somebody else says, yeah, Johnny Rando. But I think Johnny Rando is also a person that doesn't really care for the stretch goals or the tchotchkes.
I don't care for pins, but I like 656 Comics, and they do package everything that I've gotten from them has been packaged very well. Even George would approve, I'm sure.
Well, George was talking about their campaign earlier, saying it's the best campaign. Am I going out stretch there, George? But one of the best campaigns he's received.
Yeah,
and I'm assuming that's the whole package, not just the quality of the book.
Yeah, sure, everything.
Story.
I mean, I've bought original art from them, and it comes very well packaged. No damage.
I know Eric doesn't like stretch goals, but I thought Johnny was in the same camp too. All right. We've gone over, currently this one was pretty quick, but we've gone over 3 campaigns so far, and we are 7 minutes from the hour.
Yeah, you want to wrap it up?
I don't
Are
know
you
that
ready?
I'm ready. What does everybody else in the chat think? We want to hit another? And we haven't really had any suggestions for something. I know others talked about the She. You want to go over She real quick, even though it has 25 different tiers?
I don't see it on here.
Is it not?
Oh, there it is.
All right. George wants us to keep going for a little bit more. David said you could look at Northern Blood. I don't know if they're CG, but it looks really cool, and they only have a few backers and money. I don't know if they're on there. All right, but we already pulled up She. Maybe we'll remember that Northern Blood. Although, David, remind me, is Northern Blood the war movie? That's not war movie, but it's like war. It's in black and white. I want to say it's a red and black cover. I remember somebody going over that a while ago, so I don't know if they didn't fun and they revisited it. I could be wrong, but yeah, let me know if that's the book. That for some reason that is striking a memory. So Johnny says, I'm not anti-stretch goals. More pages and paper upgrades are great. I don't get excited for junk. Now GP is saying how he did notice a campaign and backed it a few months ago. Noah is joining. Hey, what's that comment about? Hey, Dojo B. Are you pouting like a girl, Jim?
I'm waiting for you to finish. So
I'm saying hi and I'm getting far behind with those in the chat. All right, so we're on She. Okay, so she's pretty iconic. Tucci is definitely delivered some campaigns, and it's not his first time at the rodeo.
Do we want to go check out the trailer?
We can. Is it just me, but I don't have sound? Yeah. George says he lost audio too. I wonder if it's when you muted, Jim.
Trilogy setting the final fiery stage for a samurai showdown of epic proportions. Upon learning that she's full-blooded Japanese, Anna Ishikawa has unlocked a danger that she's not prepared for.
I don't know.
I could hear it when you muted. I couldn't hear it when you unmuted yourself. I could hear the audio. Not sure what's going on with that, but that's okay.
Microphone though.
Yeah. Yep. All right. I don't know. I didn't mind the swipe. The wording seemed to get a little big. I don't know. I've seen better campaigns. The zoom on the wording seemed funky. And I'm not sure I'm a fan of the person speaking about the campaign. Do you like that?
Oh, I don't know. Why not?
He's muting himself there, Mo Biggs. And it could be. All right. So this campaign skyrocketed in the first 24 hours. I know I was kind of surprised with how well it did. Granted, I think there are other campaigns that have launched better, like Inglorious Rex definitely had a great George sidetracked me. That had a better launch, but this one not too shabby. But again, it is an established IP. To elaborate, the campaign trailers that have like whatever, and then it comes in on the person, the creator, that is just, or even just somebody else that's just kind of sitting there talking about it, it just seems weird to me. And I think I agree with Dojo here. It seems kind of cheap, not necessarily for someone as big as too cheap, but someone sitting there and talking about it just kind of cheapens the thing. I think I'd rather have like audio and images of the art. We're just gonna sit in silence.
So now you're done talking?
I feel like I'm filling the void, so feel free to jump in.
Talk about the campaign.
Well, I was just talking about the campaign. You talk about the campaign.
Yeah, we should have ended at an hour. Is it an hour yet?
The creator promo tends to be more of a Kickstarter thing. I think you're right. I'm wondering if he is using this for the Kickstarter campaign too, which oops. Yeah, David says it's a Kickstarter thing. Now, how does Billy normally do the Kickstarter thing? Does he launch on Indiegogo and then go over to Kickstarter, or does it normally start on Kickstarter and then come to Indiegogo?
I have no idea because I don't pay attention to Kickstarter.
I'm beginning to wonder myself, Dojo B. All right, so the final chapter to the Return of the Warrior trilogy comes to you in a 56-page graphic novel. First stretch goal reward announced. We hit 100,000 K and Sakura is expanded to 64 pages. All right, do you think that just seems a little weird to not go into what the book is about, but it jumps right in saying, hey, we made our stretch goal and now it's 64 pages. But it did just talk about how it was a 56 pages. What do you all think of that?
Right here it talks about what the book is about.
Yeah, underneath it talks about stretch goals. I'm not pulling that one up there, Mo. Maybe, yeah, maybe. All right, so George likes the page rate versus the shipping. So it's $35 for a book. Shipping, ooh, $35 for a book. It's not even a standard $25. Does that turn off a lot of people? Dojo B says, I think it's kind of phony. I bet it's always 64 pages and knew it would be easily reached in the first stretch goal. What was it was 100K? Probably, yeah. Because something for she, you think it would be easily a reach for a 100K stretch goal at some point.
Yeah, I'm not sure. You were talking about the price of the book? What part
Yeah,
are you
because George said a comment about it being 64 pages for a $35 book with shipping.
Yeah, where's the book?
Those aren't the books. Has anybody actually counted how many covers he has of the book? He has a Rocafort cover, he has the Jeff Chapman, he has this cover that we're showing right there. It's very pretty. The Gardena Limas, the Isha. Yeah, there's 12 different covers, and I may not be exaggerating, but I may.
Yeah, I think he's trying to reach the end of the internet with this campaign.
So wait, is it the art that he's showing, or is it the tears that's like making him go low? Yeah, I don't know. I do think that a lot of people wouldn't give Tucci's campaign as a guideline for most people to follow. He's got too much going on. It definitely provides that
Roquefort.
up.
So here's 30.
Right there is Roquefort big.
What?
Right, the top of her head, that is Roquefort's cover big. But if you're looking for the tier, I think you need to go up more.
What are you talking about? I was on it.
Right. Oh, all right.
I'm not sure what you mean.
I thought you were looking for it.
I was looking at the perks. The Roquefort exclusive.
So here he has where you can get his book for what, 25? The main cover is 25, and then I think all of the other covers, all the variant covers are 35. So it's not just like you're charging extra for a $35 Roquefort cover, he's charging $35 for everybody. Which I know Eric did comment on in the chat earlier, which I don't think I pulled up at the time, but that was a little disheartening to him, and he didn't want to back it.
I'm not sure what you mean. I don't see a $25 main cover.
I think one of the first things shown was 26, so I was a little off. Right there.
This?
Tucci's Fireworks, 26. Yep.
Didn't even say mine.
So that is the book, just with Tucci's cover. Or you can pay $9 more and get one of the other covers. Okay, Manifesto says George Traveler's charging extra for the variant seems very corporate comments. I think if you just eyeball it and go for an estimate and actually count the covers. Exactly. Like when you're figuring out the size of a large
$30
crowd.
shipping to the UK. $35 to Australia. That probably isn't very good for them.
No, because you're paying more for the book. I definitely wouldn't want to pay more for the book for shipping. But I suppose if it's well established and I know I really like the book, then maybe. But it is a hard pill to swallow. Hey, LR. It's the Brian Pluto Kickstarter method of having a million variants as separate tiers. Or says it's another one. It sells them books, but I won't back them either. It's too confusing. Wants to read. All right, let's focus on this. I don't know if I was talking to somebody about this, but I think it might have been the chat. I don't get how it has one cover has 3 different versions. So there's the regular cover, the bedazzle covered, which hand glued or whatever gems on the cover, and part of me is like, how can you do that to a piece of Roquefort and bedazzle it, and what atrocity does it look like when it's done? I would love to see like a 3D image or a video or something of how that looks, because in my mind I'm not seeing good things. And the metal version, so times 3 of everything that he has on there, because you do have the regular bedazzled and the metal. What does everybody else think about the bedazzled? I know I think quite a few people have liked the metal option. I think that's not the first.
14 out of 30 people claim the Roquefort Jewel Edition.
Damn. Did he show it somewhere?
Like it. What?
Did he show it somewhere? Like, I really want to see that. I don't want to buy it sight unseen.
I have no idea. Contains too much stuff.
Sumo says, is that bedazzled cover going to leave dents in the comics in front of my short box? My guess is probably yes.
Yeah, I don't think I should go on a long box or a short box.
And I guess there's not a hoodie that Johnny does not like. Or there is a hoodie that he doesn't like. Don't think the crystals are that big to impress upon the book in front of it. I don't know. I would think that they would leave some sort of indents depending upon how packed you get it. The books are selling, but he hasn't backed the campaign yet. 24 says metal cool, jewels not so much. Yeah, I really want to, like, I like jewels, but, you know, I can't say if I was into the bedazzler. You know, I don't have a jean jacket in my closet that is just sitting there because I bedazzled it. So yeah, I don't know. Oh, was there an issue in the past? Metal covers seem like a nightmare. I keep thinking of Ev's bent up, ravaged metal cover. Is that a shipping issue there, Monstoogle? Johnny Rando, bedazzled comic sounds like a QVC exclusive. Yeah, see, that's what I'm wondering. It'd be nice to see the images of the 3 cover versions on the campaign page. Do we really want him to make it longer, though, AA? He might have shown it on a live stream, but for newcomers, backing it would be important. Yeah, I would love to see what the bedazzled looks like, because $85 for a bedazzled book cover, that's a bit. Oh, does it? Am I reading this right there, Moen von Stugel, that EVS did a live unboxing and the person's metal comic book came pretty damaged? No. Hello to Skip. Thanks for joining. All this being said, I thought the She Omnibus was excellent and a great value. Now, I do want to point out, because George does have a great point here, the She Omnibus, the last campaign that Tucci did, he was selling it for $60. Did anybody notice how much he is putting it here? So it's definitely one of those things where, as a backer, I am glad that I got it with the last campaign and that I'm not waiting for it with this campaign, because it is $100 on this campaign when it was $60 last time, which I think that's quite a bit of a jump in my eyes. You know, I could see something a little less. What do omnibuses normally go for? Like if you were to get a mainstream something, I know I can't say I've bought any, but 100's probably pretty standard, right?
No clue. $14 shipping to the United States, $75 shipping to the United Kingdom.
I want to say shipping for the omnibus with the last campaign was more expensive. George, do you remember how much it was last campaign? But I feel like I spent more than $14. But I suppose I also saved a lot of money on the actual book.
So if an Australian wants this, $175.
Yeah. Just want to point out here, he does have a digital version. For those that don't want to pay more for shipping than whatnot, and if you're okay with digital versions. All right, so $100 is standard for omnibus. Okay. $75 to $120. All right, so it's in the ballpark. It's not. You think it was $15 there, George? $15 for shipping on the original campaign? I feel like I spent more, but okay. All right. Anything else? Oh, so wait, they did have the last one. They put crystals and a bunch of the cherry blossoms over the cover. Pretty sure they'll do the same on this one. So this isn't the first time he's bedazzled covers. I can't say I noticed it on the last campaign, but maybe I missed one of the 20 tiers.
Yeah, I don't know. Way too many tiers for me.
It is a lot. And I'm the type of person that I definitely sit down and look at the tiers to try to figure out what's the best bang for my buck. And with being 20 tiers, I don't even know where to start. 24 Eyes points out overseas shipping is killing creators. I hope that multi-location printing can happen at some point. Can't deny Tucci's art, though. On the last campaign, not the omnibus, but the campaign before that Tucci did, Haikyuu, I could be pronouncing it wrong. I didn't get the book because, I didn't know, like, aside from, like, who she is, I didn't know much of the past or whatnot. So I ended up getting digital on that one. So I have a digital backing that I haven't read of she. And then I got the omnibus because, it was a great deal and it was she. I like being able to try to get in with the beginning of things. I don't like starting halfway through things. That's just me, though.
You haven't read it yet?
No, I haven't. Nope. There's quite a few books that I still need to catch up on. Crypt Noodles being one, Absolute 2 being another. I still need to get to Black Tiger, Hidden Dragon. That one I've kind of been putting off because it's a biggie.
So now you know what I feel like. Only quadruple that.
Gotta start somewhere. As Sumo points out, with all of these fancy covers and whatnot, I still kind of like the old school newsprint of the Alterna books. I'm not sure that I'm a newsprint person, but just, yeah, give me a basic book. I agree.
Yeah, alternatives are all very affordable though. Dollar for dollar, you can't beat what you get from Alterna.
That is true. Although I haven't gotten in on the Alterna packages, like the spring bundle, the winter bundles. Those are really cool, but they're giving you, like, book number 4 of Log, and it came out on a Wednesday, number 9 or whatever. I'm like, no, I want one, give me one. And I know they do offer the books individually, and I know you can get onto their website and order previous books, as long as they're in printing or whatnot. But I don't know, I'm the type of person that I guess I'm anal about starting at the beginning.
Yeah, I don't know. You want to go take a look at it, Alterna?
You want to?
Sure, why not?
I don't like starting halfway through things. This is how you know Amanda is new to comics. So I should be on manga, right? I should start at book 1 with something that's manga.
Isn't there a winter?
Well, spring is, I think, right now. Yeah, winter 2021 is the one that's ending and then, or fulfilling now.
No, that's done, isn't it? That's last year. Isn't there a winter 2022?
No, because winter of 2022 has not come yet.
I see. This is already in demand also, spring.
Mo points out you can get alternate giant trade paperback on their site. I'll probably have to look into that more there, Mo.
Yeah, I like their site. They also have like dented, scratched and dented books for really cheap.
Yeah, like something like $1 or whatnot. Yeah, no, you definitely can't beat Alterna's price. And then I think it's what, $5 to ship no matter how many books you get. Is that right? I honestly can't say that I bought anything from Alterna. I probably should, but I didn't. Astro Zombie points out that in his little comic store they carry Alterna found back issues. Little cousin loves Mr. Crip. I know. I actually won some Alterna books from Thunderbuns, Joel Fulton, for a quiz he did on his channel, and he sent some, and I got some of the little kids ones, so that way my daughter could read it, and she liked Mr. Crip too. She thought that was pretty funny. Hey, DF. What is everybody's favorite Alterna title for those that have read it? I don't know if that's The Trespasser is true for Mo or not. You can get 6x9 prints. They're selling advertising. Look at that, $25 to have a full page ad. Is that right?
Where's that?
It was one of the tiers, and you were just there not too long ago. Probably at the bottom, I'm assuming, with the advertising. Yeah, it was underneath the 6x9 prints. Yeah, so you can advertise in our comics for $25. Is that new, or has Alterna always done that? Because the only example that I've ever seen of the advertising are, although I'm sure it's been elsewhere, but Dwarfs vs. Lions did it, and it was for a lot more than that.
I've heard them talking about it. I don't know when they started it. I heard someone say they were advertising in here. Someone that isn't. I don't think you even have to be an Alterna person if you could advertise your Indiegogo campaign in there.
No, I think Neff did it for Mavericks. I don't know if somebody can confirm that or not, but
someone talking about doing it.
Yeah. Soma says the build your own bundle for $1 is a good tier. You don't have to get the books together and get the individual books and add-ons. Yeah, if you're, you like certain titles. So Mo is saying that he liked Trespasser. George is a Trespasser fan, and Log. 24 Hours likes it came out on a Wednesday. Wolf and Batsy. Now it came out on Wednesday. That is an anthology of sorts too, right? Like there's no short story collection. It's not a actual series. Am I correct with that?
No, I think that was an actual series, wasn't it?
Not sure. Dojo B says the full page C Dojo's done it. Downcast 3. Della Flower likes it came out on a Wednesday. Red Koi. I have some titles of Red Koi that I got from Joe that I haven't read yet. I need to get to reading those too to figure out what I like. Wolf and Bats, he's been really good. Good Stuff points out that Neff did advertising on Cobalt. Welcome, Crazy Mad. 24 likes Log, Blood Realm, and T-Bird and Throttle. DF has done 7 ads in 5 books in the winter campaign, so it's definitely affordable, which I do like that, but I'm not a creator, so.
If you go to this build your own bundle, it looks like you can get issue number 1, 2.
Oh, so you can get the first issues there. Okay, that's pretty cool.
Probably not of everything, but probably of whatever they're printing or have printed.
Mr. Von Strugel points out how King Crypto will be his first Alterna comic. Say that Semitti work is looking pretty cool. My favorite Alterna books are Eden, Blood Realm, Voidwalker, and Mighty Mascots.
Yeah, it looks like Downcast goes all the way down to issue 1.
Although that one just recently started, didn't it? Like, Downcast hasn't been part of Alterna for that long.
A little while. I think when he launched the last campaign, he was doing Downcast 1 and 2 and Alterna newsprint.
I think he's doing fulfillment now. Winter Book shipping out soon. I'm pretty sure he is in fulfillment. Because I tried to invite him on 24 and I's show, but he took a rain check. My Kid Loves Log and a lot of the more kid-friendly titles. And that is good that, Alterna does have quite the variety.
Yeah, you get these all shipped at one time. Pick a bunch of books. To build your own perk looks pretty cool.
Yeah. So this looks like it's everything. So I wouldn't necessarily have to go to the Alterna site to pick the titles that I want. And I don't know if you guys saw, what were okay, someone might have to answer this correctly for me, but I know Samedi was showing off a bunch of sketch cards, Alterna sketch cards that I know Kristen Rossi did, Rocafort did. I'm not sure who else did. Probably some other Alterna creators. So they had quite a few sketch cards, but I'm not sure what you had to do, if it was like a sign up thing for the winter bundle or if it was a package tier for the winter bundle. But how great would it be to have a Rocafort sketch card that you just happen to earn? Oh yeah, full color sketch card. Oh wait, you can buy it?
Yeah, $50 out of these artists.
So Samedi, Washington, Geronimo, Keith Gleason. So Peter Samedi, of course, everybody knows who he is. Can you drop down again? And then you have Frankie B. Washington, which I know he's been part of Alterna for a while, but he does like the kaiju. Does he actually have a series on Alterna? Or what? I'm not sure. But then you have Geronimo, which is what, Blood Realm, and then you have Keith Gleason, which is the Mighty Mascots, right?
I believe so.
Hicksvillian bragging. I got a Rocafort sketch card of Wolf. It's cool.
Yeah, I didn't pay any attention. I didn't hear about any Rocafort sketch cards until the campaign was closed.
Eric says Frank is an artist. He's done a lot for Alterna. Right, but does he have an actually ongoing series? And I guess that's my question. Or is he kind of, more sporadic and not as regular as the rest? I gotta mute. I'm gonna take a drink.
Yeah,
that would have been the perfect opportunity for you to start talking. Anyways.
And when I did, you talked over me. So.
Go right ahead.
Well, I already said it.
Oh, I guess I missed it. Why? It was in a bundled tier. May have been the secret tier. All right. So Spring Bundle is still in demand, but the actual funding period has ended just last week, actually, on the 19th. All right, we'll probably wrap it up here unless we have anything else that anybody else wants to add.
Sounds like a good plan.
delay. Gotta wait. It was in the winter campaign. Should get it soon.
6 days left if you want to advertise.
It's good to point out. Alrighty, y'all. Thank you for joining. We will see you next Sunday at 3 p.m. I believe is the plan. If it does need to change or push later or whatever, we will definitely get some notifications out there. So thank you all for attending, and we will see you next week. Have a good day, everyone.
See you all later.